Hi guys, welcome back. So okay, I'm doing another tag today. I know I just did a tag not too long ago, but I said, you know what, I have another tag that I was tagged in about 2 months ago and just hadn't gotten around to doing it, so I'm doing it today. And this tag is the Blush is Bae tag, and I was tagged to do this by my girl Mandie NRG. Okay, I watch her videos, I love her channel. She's very, very funny to me. She's very quirky. She has a very different style of editing her videos, very different style of, or just a different, how can I put this? She has a very different sense of humor. Her comedy is very funny. It's cute to me. I like it. I don't know if she's the 80s babe or 90s babe. I'm not sure. I don't want to age her. I mean, you know, I'm old. I was born in the 70s, but I'm still young at heart. But her channel, I love it just because it's a little different and she is very funny. She loves makeup. She's not by any means a serious, you know, makeup artist. You will love watching her just because she's fun. She loves makeup just like me. We both love playing in makeup and just having a good time. She does makeup videos, she does unboxings, hauls, she does monthly subscription bags and boxes. She's even into like anime and stuff like that. So you know, she's just a different type of chick and I like her a lot. So make sure you check her video out, check her channel out. If you like her, go ahead and subscribe and follow her as well. Tell her your girl KK sent you. But yeah, she tagged me in this Blush is Bae video tag. So I said, you know, let me go ahead and do it because I do love me some blush, okay? I've never met a blush, I don't think, that I just really did not like. Some that don't work for me, but not one where I've just been like, oh, this sucks, I think. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these questions from her video so I can make sure and get them right and just jump right in. So the first question is cream or powder? And I have to say powder. I really do not buy any cream blushes. I can't recall a time when I actually have just went out and bought a cream blush. If I did, it was probably by accident. I only own one cream type blush, I believe, and it was sent to me in one of my monthly subscriptions, and it's this, I think, Kiss and Smink thing, and it's kind of like a blush and a lipstick type combo. So you can use it for lipstick or blush. So it's a really pretty color, but I find that cream blushes can be a little bit difficult for me to control, or you know, the placement of them can be hard for me. So yeah, I'm more of a powder type chick. Okay, the weirdest color. Honestly, I don't have any weird color blushes. I would say in my collection, the weirdest color is probably in one of my palettes. I have this palette from Coastal Scents, and this is the Blush 2 palette. And although it's not a weird color, it will probably be considered a color that most people wouldn't really gravitate towards. And I would think actually over here, this like light, super light lavender shade, I don't think a lot of people would think to use this shade as a blush per se on their face. But for me, if I did a really, really pretty purple eye look and wanted my face to match, I might go ahead and use that purple blush. So that's the strangest color blush I think I have. High-end or drugstore is better? Your girl likes to save a dime or two, so I really don't buy high-end blushes. I just don't. So I can't really say as far as comparing high-end or inexpensive, which is better. I love me a drugstore blush. I love me an inexpensive blush. My whole collection is full of inexpensive blushes because they work for me. I mean, if the pigment is there and the color pops and I can see it, I'm happy with it. So I would tend to say drugstore is better just because I don't see the need to spend a lot of money on blush when I have nice blushes that show up and work for me that are inexpensive. So I'd say drugstore. Most expensive blush that I own. Honestly, the most expensive blush that I own was given to me And I believe it is this Estee Lauder blush here that I received from my girl Keeping It Simple with Bridget. We did a makeup swap, and this was one of the items that was in my makeup swap. I had a whole little goodie bag of Estee Lauder items, and this blush right here was in that goodie bag. So I believe this is the most expensive blush that I own. Okay, let's see here. Most inexpensive. Now, I have a lot of inexpensive blushes, you guys, but I would venture to say the most inexpensive blush that I have is probably my LA Girl blushes. I have some Wet n Wild blushes too, but I would say probably my LA Girl blushes, because my LA Girl blushes, I'm sure I only paid a couple dollars for these. No more than $4 or $5, and I really like these LA Girl blushes. I didn't have high expectations for these, but so the one I've been using lately is this Just Rosy shade from LA Girl, and it is really, really pretty, and I am actually very surprised by this blush. Love it, love the pigment, love the way it comes off on my face. So I think my LA Girl is the least expensive that I own. Okay, favorite single. My favorite single blush. That's a tough one. That is a tough one, because I like all of my blushes for different reasons, but if I had to pick one, it would be this Milani, and this one is Red Vino. So this is one of the Milani blushes. It's in the color Red Vino. It's absolutely gorgeous. Whenever I want to just make sure I have a gorgeous, deep, warm pop of color on my cheek, this blush never fails me. And it also has, as you can see, like some highlight kind of incorporated within the blush, so you don't have to do blush and highlight. You can just use this for both, and you get a nice little glow, and you get a nice color on your face. So I would have to say this is my favorite single. My favorite palette is easy. It's a very inexpensive palette that I purchased. This was like my first blush palette that I actually bought. Where did I get this from? I think I got this on Amazon. It's a Beauty Treats matte blush palette, and it has a very nice variety of blush shades in here. As you can see, a great deal of colors to choose from. So any type of eye look you do, you can kind of grab a blush out of here and it's gonna look nice. And these blushes are extremely pigmented and they last all day. And this palette was very cheap. I might have paid, I don't know, $9.99 for this, maybe? It could have been $5. I'm not sure how much I paid for this, but it was less than $10 for this whole palette, and I love it. It's bomb. Oldest blush in the collection. Now I do have a super duper old blush in my collection. It's this one here. As you can see, I have aggressively hit pan on this. I actually stopped using this a long time ago once I started building up my blush collection, but this one is so old. I don't even know the brand, color, or anything, because it's all disappeared. All I have here is this little you know, scanner code, but as far as the brand or the color, no idea, no clue. I don't know who this blush is by. So, but it's a cute little compact, has a little mirror in here and everything, but you can just look at it and see how old it is. But yeah, this is my oldest blush. Don't know who it's by or where it came from. Okay, newest blush in the collection. The newest blush I have is actually part of a palette, because I did buy this contour blush palette from Sephora recently. So this is the newest blush that I have purchased, and it's really pretty. It's a gorgeous palette. I did show this, I think, in my haul video briefly. I've used it once, but this is what the palette looks like. And so as you can see, there's highlight, contour, and blush in this palette, and I really like it. It's a gorgeous palette, but this is the newest blush that I have in my collection. Okay, favorite party blush. Well, I don't really party anymore. My partying days are over, I think. But Gosh, you know what? Favorite party blush? If I had to pick a party blush, I would actually pick this Black Radiance blush here, and this one is in the color Raspberry, just because this blush and the color on this blush is so rich. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's so rich and gorgeous. It's a nice, beautiful, deep shade. I've only used this blush a couple of times because the first time I used it, the color really popped and it was gorgeous and I loved it. And then after I tried to go in a couple of other times, it didn't pop as much to me as the first time. I don't know if it's because, you know, if you get your skin oils or something on here, it doesn't necessarily give you the same pigment as when you first use it. So I'm going to try it again and just kind of scrape off the top layer, because this blush is gorgeous. A brand that you have more than a quantity of 4 of. Okay, I was looking through my collection and I don't have 4 or more of one brand, but I would say the closest, well, you know what, yes I do. I take that back. I actually have 4 Milani blushes. So I have this blush here from Milani, which kind of, I actually use this as more of a highlighter than a blush, just because it does give off some really nice golden tones in there. And this one is Color Harmony Coral Beams. So that's this one, Coral Beams from Milani. I also have this one, which I've loved for quite a long time, which is Coral Cove from Milani, and this is what this one looks like. So it's a really pretty peachy type shade, gorgeous, gorgeous. I also have this one here, which is one of their big blush called Bronze from Milani. So as you can see, that is really, really pretty. I don't even know if I've actually used this one yet or not, but it's gorgeous. And then I've already talked about this Red Vino Baked Blush from Milani, which is gorgeous as well. So you know what, I just realized I do have 4 blushes from one brand. That would be Milani. Let's see here, any buying regrets? I do. I actually regret buying this Jordana blush, just because of the color, not so much the quality. I'm not even sure on the quality so much, but the color is like super duper light, and it's really not something that I would like to use as a blush on my face. With me having this deeper skin tone, this is just a bit lighter than I would like to use for a blush. Just can't do anything for me. So I do regret purchasing this Jordana blush. And you know what, now that I think about it, this might be the least expensive blush that I purchased, because these are very, very cheap. I know they were only a couple of bucks on the Shop Hush website. Okay, so let's see here. A blush you purchased because of another YouTuber. That's easy. My girl Lily living life. She was using this Black Radiance blush, and it was the raspberry one that she was using. And when I saw that blush, you guys, I fell in love. I was like, I have to have it. I went online and ordered it the exact same night. I think I was probably ordering it while I was still watching her video, because I was like, that's gorgeous. So yeah, this Black Radiance raspberry blush, I get to blame that on my girl Lily, okay? Okay, is there a blush in a brand that you haven't tried that is on your wish list? No. I can't really think of a brand where I've just been like, ooh, I gotta try their blushes. No, it's just whenever I come across a blush that I think is gorgeous, or I like, or the color is really deep and warm, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna try it out. Favorite? Oh, okay, so this is the last question, you guys. Favorite blush brushes. My favorite blush brushes actually used to be, well, I used to really like to use the big fluffy brushes, like, you know, brushes like this or this or this, you know, big fluffy brushes for my blush, because I used to like to really just pounce blush all over my cheeks and just really get it all over the place. But I found that recently I've really been more into a smaller, more precise brush for application of my blush, just so I can kind of, you know, have more control over where I put my blush, instead of just pouncing it all over my face. So, you know, a smaller brush like this is what I prefer. This is not a fancy name brand brush at all. This is a Amazon brand brush that I purchased as part of one of my Amazon sets, I'm sure, because I don't purchase really individual brushes from Amazon. But this is from a company called Matto, M-A-T-T-O, and it just looks like this. So it's just a nice size, you know, smaller type brush that I can use to kind of control where I put my blush on. So this is currently my favorite type of blush brush. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this Blushes Bay tag that I finally got around to. Thank you, Mandie, for tagging me in it. I have fun doing tag videos. I like them. I like answering questions. Sometimes I don't have the best answers, but I'll still answer them. So this was a fun tag to do. I'm not going to tag anyone specific. If you like this video and you like this tag, then go ahead and just hook it up. I'll list the questions in my description box just in case you want to do it, so you can just grab them from there. And don't forget to check out Mandie NRG's channel. She's really cute and fun and quirky to watch, so check her out as well. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit like. If you like my content, think about or go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my family, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles!